Hello, YouTube. This is Patrick. I am back with another edition of Heavy Therapy, and this time, as you are aware of because you clicked on the video, this is my submission to Rock Scouts Metal Tag 2022. I didn't want to overthink it. I looked at the questions once or twice, pulled out the albums that came to my mind, and this is going to be a bit long because there's 20 questions, but I'll try to make it brief. I'll try to make my answers brief. So let's begin. The first question was, what was your favorite reissue of 2021? Um, I will say the Vendir reissues. Fantastic folk black metal out of Norway from the 90s. Really just enjoy their sound. Sometimes I'm not always in the mood for them, but when I am in the mood for, I don't know, kind of this nostalgic folky black metal sound, Vendir is one of my go-tos. These were reissued by Season of Mist. What is a good new discovery for you in 2021? I discovered hundreds of new bands in 2021, but I'm actually going to choose the band Neckrot. Tank Crimes puts out their releases. Killer artwork, some of my favorite of all time, actually, right here. Necroth plays meat and potatoes death metal. Um, just everything about this band does it for me. Lyrical content always being about reflecting on the fact that we are mortal creatures and that we all have the same destiny in the end. Um, it's evocative. I just like how nasty and gnarly Necrot sounds, and one of my favorite new discoveries of 2021 by far. Outstanding vocal performance, and here I tried to keep it to 2021 releases for the questions that seem a bit specific about 2021. So my favorite vocal performance of 2021 is Keith Buckley from Every Time I Die, and they put out their 9th studio album, Radical. Keith Buckley is my favorite vocalist of all time, and he once again delivers an amazing vocal performance. He really refines his clean work. He sings with confidence. His screaming vocal style always has a bunch of different little bitty tweaks, even mid-sentence. The start of the sentence, the end of the sentence will have different emphases. And yeah, Keith Buckley is my favorite outstanding vocal performance from a 2021 release. So a gap filler. Well, my girlfriend for Christmas we finally found Jane Doe at a decent price. This is an amazing gap filler. I only have one outstanding Converge album to get on vinyl. And yeah, gap filler right here, Jane Doe, Converge. A cheap pickup. I actually got this in a mystery bag, so I paid about $5 for this album. I didn't choose to pick it up, but I'm going to count it as a pickup because I did enjoy this release. It did not make my top 40 albums of the year, but it's a really good debut, riffy black metal out of St. Louis, Stormroller, and the album is called Under the Burning Eclipse. This was a really good cheap pickup. I've seen other metal YouTubers talk about this, so hopefully they keep going and put out more killer music. Really good, riffy, aggressive, energetic black metal. Favorite artwork? I'm wearing the band shirt, Gravesend. I'm going to show two, but here's the first one, Gravesend. Just, yeah, some of my favorite artwork of all time. I also picked up the shirt, and yeah, Gravesend. Amazing album from 2021. Just just amazing artwork. Um, and another amazing artwork from 2021 is the band Yautja. Very cool. This album's called The Lurch, and the back art is also cool. You don't really see that very often if you don't have the album. And the monster on it, after listening to the album, definitely it definitely represents time. Time. How time doesn't care about you, and it will win in the end. And I also got a shirt for that album, and we are making some good progress. So, favorite track, I'm just choosing a track that came to my mind. I don't really have a favorite track. I listen to albums in their entirety. I can pick out tracks here and there, but I am almost exclusively someone who listens to albums. So I think of tracks in context. Again, I can pull out tracks, but so I am going to choose a song from Gojira's Fortitude album, Sphinx. Track 8. Sphinx really captures the aggression that Gojira had in 2005 through 2008. I just like the images that the song evokes in my mind. I like how heavy it is. Fortitude, and the song Sphinx. An earworm track from that came out in 2021 is the track Emptiness off of Gatecreeper's EP and Unexpected Reality. Pretty easy choice, Emptiness, Earworm, one of my favorite tracks of 2021. It's a Death Doom track. I've heard a number of people call it boring, but most people, I think, enjoy it. It's just very well crafted. No surprises, but very well crafted Death Doom track. Emptiness is my favorite Earworm track from 2021. Two bad albums. So I'm new to collecting vinyl, so I don't really have any bad albums. I've gotten a couple of albums that I've traded here and there in mystery bags. I'm just going to show a number of CDs that I've also gotten in mystery bags that are, albums that I will purge from or cull from my collection. Alarum, Natural Causes, horrible. Imperial, We Sail at Dawn, horrible. Christian metalcore, bad. Not as bad as Lagia, Your Ghost is a Gift, really horrible. Early 2000s metalcore. It's amazing how much these mid 2000, early 2000 emo mallcore bands are exceedingly aggressively misogynistic in their lyrics. That's, a common theme in all extreme music, rock and roll, metal. But it's in such a way that it's so distasteful and pathetic. So purging these bad boys. And then another album that I got in a recent mystery bag of CDs that if you've watched my prior video, you would see this. Of course, Godsmack the Other Side. Horrible. Not into anymore. Bands that I am not into anymore. It's this, again, I used to have a large CD collection. I gave it to a friend, so I don't really have anything that I own that I'm not into anymore. But I will show something. I'll show something. So there's a band called Scale the Summit. They are an instrumental progressive metal band, and I like this album, but their last two albums are very underwhelming. I bought their last album that came out 2021, and I already sold it. Uh, Music's not too bad. It's not like the quality went that much worse, but uh, that album I got a good price out of it when I sold it. I made money on it, a couple of dollars, and I didn't feel like it was worth owning based on the price that I paid for it. But yeah, not super into their new stuff, so I included that as my answer. And then, yeah, that's it. So I forgot to pull a '90s album that I could recommend, so I will be right back. So, a '90s album, I would say Cryptopsy with None So Vile. Speaking of extremely hyper masculine lyrics, also problematic. Uh, but I don't think you get Maggot Stomp. I don't think you get Dying Fetus. This is really the beginning of brutal death metal. The vocal approach is just absolutely savage and nuts. I laugh when I listen to it. Um, Indecipherable vocals. My least favorite part of the album is the indecipherable Cookie Monster guttural vocals. But a classic album I do enjoy when I put it on. It's just pure headbanging, like 200 Stab Wounds. Cryptopsy, None So Vile, it came out in 1996. A classic brutal death metal album right here. 7-inch single that got you to buy an album. I don't collect 7 inches, so I don't really have an answer here. Uh, yeah, I just don't have an answer here. Um, uh, Question 13 is an epic song that is more than 8 minutes. Again, I'm sticking to 2021 releases. This is Dune's album from 2021, one of my favorite albums of the year. And they actually have 4 songs that are over 8 minutes, and I would call all of them epic. This is a cinematic, huge album, one of my favorites of the year. Uh, so, Towers from Edamanenka, Omega Severa from Edamanenka, and then the final track, Satuya, 11 minutes. These are epic songs. So there's 3 answers for you to make up for a couple of these that I don't have an answer for. Opinion about Record Store Day. I always check it out. I always see if there's any releases that I want, and there usually is not. Uh, I would defer to record stores about if this is a good day for them or not. I care about keeping physical record stores open, so if they like it, I like it. I understand the easy complaints about the day, and yeah, again, I defer to record stores. If you are watching this and you work at a record store, let me know if the day is actually successful for you or if it's a pain in the ass and not worth it. So yeah, my opinion is I defer to those who really need uh, their physical stores to be open. What would I change about my musical setup? Nothing. I'm very grateful and lucky and proud of my setup. Uh, it's not a high tier setup, but it's like a mid tier setup. There it is right there. It's a Fluence record player, clip speakers. I would like to get a cool Bluetooth cassette player. That'd be kind of cool. A Bluetooth portable CD player. I just kind of want to have updated, updated personal, handheld, uh, physical media players just to have. That'd be kind of fun. 2021 disappointment. Again, I didn't really buy any albums that disappointed me. There weren't any bands that released albums that I didn't really like that I was anticipating. I will have to say, though, to be honest, seeing Gojira live was disappointing. I've seen them live before, and they were transcendental, sublime. But this time that we saw them in Kansas City, the sound was not very good. Joe did not sound very good. You couldn't really make out hardly any of the vocals. I also don't like when bands get so big where they have like those explosions during parts that you really want to hear. It just really takes me out of it. It turns the live show into like a movie. That was my biggest disappointment of 2021. 2022 anticipation. Got a couple out here. I might just choose one. Let's see. Really, really excited about the new Undeath album that was just released today as I'm recording this. Just really fun, brutal death metal. Undeath kicks ass. I can't wait to see them live one day. That would be one of my most anticipated albums of 2022. Then you have a solo album that you would want to see. So I have two answers. The guitarist and main songwriter for Tomb Mold, Justin. He has another project called Dream Unending that people really like and that are into, but I'd like to see Justin do a solo shred album. And I have another choice, which is kind of another 2022 anticipation plus a solo album. So Greg Puciato, the former vocalist of the Dillinger Escape Plan, he has a solo project out under his name, Greg Puciato, and this is one of my favorite albums of 2020. Child Soldier, Creator of God. He has another solo album coming out in 2022, and if it's anything like this, it's a must listen for me. I also would really love seeing him live. Solo album, Justin from Tomb Mold, Greg Puciato, formerly of the Dillinger Escape Plan. A placeholder album that I would rebuy. Again, I'm new to collecting vinyl, so I don't really have an answer for this. And I also don't really collect particular variants. I tend to buy black if it's cheaper. I just want to hear the music. But I can imagine there being a variant that I would want to pick up for some albums I own. I don't know what that would be, but yeah, I don't have an answer for number 19. Number 20 is album you've yet to pick up. I want all the Ensnared albums. I want Knowles' Interstish album that came out in 2021. There's already an album in 2022 that I want to pick up, and I'm just trying to make sure I get the name right. So they're called Wagadude from Belgium. Features members of Amun-Ra. The album's called There's Always Blood at the End of the Road. Wagadude is a album I've yet to pick up. But if that was asking just about 2021 releases, yeah, I would say Null. I would say Phrenolith. I would say Wolf King. Those are some of my answers for 2021 releases. So I somehow got 20 questions out, 20 answers out in less than 20 minutes. That's good news. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this. Like, comment, and subscribe if you desire to. Thank you for watching. This has been fun. Talk to you all later. Bye.